Hey, this is Alan Yip. Welcome back. I want to share with you a very powerful game plan that you can follow if you just started a new semester or term in school. This is the game plan that my top students use. So just work with me. In fact, last night I had a Skype coaching session with a student and she thought she didn't do well in the last term, and although the results have not been announced yet, and she felt disappointed. And I get that because I used to be angry and beat myself up and when I didn't do well, and this is exactly the feeling my student is having right now. And I went over this game plan with her. So let me share with you what I told her. So number one, now, if you have not watched other videos of mine, please just check them out because I keep them short and tight in terms of content. I make them, at least what I believe to be rich, and so that you have the practical action steps to use. So here we have just a few steps in this game plan. Number one, be like Janus. Again, you learn from the Roman mythology, this Roman god with two faces. One face facing to the past. That means you need to evaluate very quickly what you did right and what areas you mess up in, okay? If you didn't do well because of ill preparation, because of distraction, because you didn't pay attention, all these things you've got to write them down because you've got to learn from your own mistakes. And number two, the other face of this Roman god facing to the future. What does that mean? Hey, you know what? You've got to have a vision, a better vision of yourself. If you don't have that vision, if you don't see yourself having better results or growing from your mistakes, you can't realize. You cannot. If you can't see it, you cannot realize it. So you've got to be like Janus. And right now is January, and that is why the month of January is named after this Roman god Janus. So do this evaluation quickly. Step number two, have a menu. Like when you go to restaurants, you are looking at the menu, right? And what to order. Now you need to look at a menu of what to work on. If you are not strong, and in my students' case, mathematics and science, well, you know what? Create a menu for maths, create a menu for science. Write down those topics that you are not strong at or you're not solid in, okay? So you can now catch up. And in terms of trying to catch up, you know exactly which target areas to go for. Another thing is when you have the menu, now you use whatever evaluation you did for the positive aspects and the negative aspects, like what you did right and what you have to do in order to move forward, to improve. And now with the menu, step number three, you can set goals. Now, I always focus on setting goals the right way, the scientific way. So let me just repeat a few things that will serve you. Number one, you've got to have the goals written down. Step two, in terms of goal setting, in fact, every day, write those key goals again, just repeat them. Like what I used to do in Singapore, I would write, I am the number one best-selling author. I'm the number one best-selling author. So one of my books was the number one best-selling book. Okay, and I'm here to share with you, it's important to focus because whatever you focus on grows or expands. And step number three, the American Society of Training and Development, ASTD, concluded that if you commit your goals to someone else, to a buddy, a person who is supporting you, who is positive, you have 65% of completing this goal. So to be smart, you can study with like-minded, positive, supporting and infrastructure or network of friends or other good students, okay? Number four, you've got to have a study schedule. That means every day, list down the blocks, okay? And the time that you will do your homework, you will study. Because if you don't have a schedule, you are not going to do it. So what gets scheduled gets done. Make sure on the weekend you have a block of time to review what you have done the previous week in terms of key points or key concepts. we're getting there. Step number 5, take massive actions. Once you have the study schedule, which is your scorecard, okay, you've got to take massive actions. That means now maybe spend extra 15 minutes a day working on mathematics, trying to catch up, and or massive in terms of intent. You've got to be intentional. That's what I want to highlight to you. You don't just go through the motion, you pour everything into catching up, into being ahead of the curve. That is step number 6, be ahead of the curve. That means before every class, you should have read or very quickly scanned the concepts for that chapter, for that topic. That means you need to know the syllabus in advance. Smart students always are in the know. They are ahead of the game. And the last one, if you didn't do well last time, you know what? It's time now for you to forgive yourself and move on. You don't want to carry the burden of guilt around. You now need to plant positive emotions and energy into your study routine. So there you have it. This is the game plan that my top students use. Come on, they have done very well in O-level exam, A-level exam, IGCSE, IB, and you'll be amazed at what results you can achieve in 30 days, 60 days, or even 90 days. That means at the end of this term, whatever results you get, I guarantee you will be amazing, will be awesome. So please try this game plan, these steps, and take some notes. Watch the video again, and please share it with other people, again, who will benefit from this sharing session as well. Thank you for watching.